Hey guys, it's time for a tale. A wee Scottish tale, a wee Scottish folk tale perhaps. Play the intro.
It's a fucking intro. It's a fucking intro. I'm doing this temporarily until I create a new intro scene. It's a fucking intro. It's a fucking intro. It's a fucking intro. Now on for the main show.
Now some of you will remember that I ran a series back in, a couple of years ago, where for each day of the week running up to Halloween I told a Scottish story, be it about a beastie or be it about a ghost. I'm coming back to that. So from today until next week, next Friday, not counting the Saturday night, because of course on Saturday night we have a very public spanking off, which more about later on. I'm going to be doing a wee story, a wee Scottish folktale story about a beastie or, you know, whatever. If it's a Scottish folktale at the least. So, what am I going to tell you about today? How about the Boobrie? Don't laugh. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. The Boobrie is an animal. The Boobrie is a water bird of the Scottish Highlands. It lives generally in like salt wells and lochs, and it tends to haunt them. And it comes in the form of the Unseelie. Now I could be pronouncing that wrong. I don't speak Gaelic that well, but Unseelie. It's a massive bird, a big, massive, terrifying bird. Now the Boobrie tends to live in long heather and shelters there, and according to most reports of the Boobrie, the animal is endowed with the power of assuming three forms, the first being the Unseelie, which is the bird, the second of those being the water horse or Usk, or the water bull, the Tarbusk. Again, I could be pronouncing those wrong. Now, the Usk is saltwater. It's a saltwater kelpie. It lives in sea lochs, it lives by the sea, but it's pretty much a kelpie of the sea, basically. It doesn't live in fresh water, it lives in the sea and sea lochs. But it's pretty much the same thing. It's a shape-shifting animal that becomes adhesive if ridden in the sight of the sea. Now, what else? Oh yes, and the water bull's another shape-shifting animal that tends to be more amiable, but it can be a big ferocious black bull with no ears. And if it mates with another calf, it can mate with normal cows. And it used to be that if it gave birth to a cow, the only way you could tell it was the progeny of a water bull was because it would only have half-sized ears. And these calves were meant to kill to stop bad luck coming to the herd. Now, the Boobrie, let me describe the beastie as a water bird, which is its main form. The bird appears to be given by nature more of a purpose of assisting him in swimming underwater than flying. That's its wings, by the way. It's larger than 17 of the biggest eagles put together. His neck is 2 feet 11 inches long and 23 inches in circumference. His bill is about 17 inches long and black in colour, measuring round the root about 11 inches. For the first 12 inches the bill is straight, but after that it assumes the shape of an eagle's in proportionate strength. So it's straight and then curved, for tearing at flesh. His legs are remarkably short for his size, black and tremendously powerful. The feet are webbed till within 5 inches of its toes, which then terminate in immense claws of the most destructive nature. the print of his foot on the mud at the end of a lake, or a loch, as accurate measured by an authority, covers the space generally of the span of a large, wide-spreading pair of red deer's horns. So a stag's horns could be massive. Fully grown stag horns. The sound he utters when he feeds upon sheep or lambs, as suits him, or seizing his prey as he carries it off to the largest neighbouring muir loch, swims out to the deepest part where he dives, carrying his victim along with me and there feeds, returning on shore at pleasure, is hellish. It's that of a large bull in his most angry humours, but superior in the strength of the noise. Its favourite food would generally be the flesh of calves, falling upon them and rendering them to shreds. Now, when he can't get them, like I said, he gets sheep or lambs. It depends what he fancies, the Boobrie indeed. Of course, he loves his otters. He swallows these little furry bastards in great numbers and with considerable avidity. I'm guessing it's like a sweetie to him. So be careful when you're out and about in the Scottish Highlands and you hear the loud, large cry of an angry bull, but you can't see one nearby. It could be the Boobrie stalking its next prey.